I'll put you in the background. Enjoy the coffee
Okay.
and tea.
Welcome to the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Airing live on the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 FM in New Orleans.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday night edition of Into the Night with me, your host Sean Kelly. How is everybody doing tonight? Well, again, I don't know. Everything just seems to go okay for a while. And you know what? For the first time, I'm not waiting for the shoe to drop. So I am enjoying the moment, um, and not worrying what's going to come down the pike. But I want to thank UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans for allowing me to give you two shows a week, um, Sunday nights and Tuesday nights, 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. Don't forget my dear friend CL Thomas. Her podcast is called the Gateway Podcast, and tonight she has Greg Backun, Bakun, and they're going to talk about para news, and it's an open chat. So everybody, after my show tonight, um, just go over and give CL some love, man. You know, because she likes doing this stuff. And the people who just popped in, hey Mish, good to see you. It's always good to see you, Mish. You always make my day. And Kevin, good to see you. That girl, always a pleasure. But I hope everybody enjoyed the show on Sunday night, doing that reading. Um, you know, if you have any feedback for it, if it helped you out any, you know, if you want to share how it did, feel free, please, to do so. I got a great show tonight. So we were talking about shamanism on Sunday, okay, and what the whole deal with them. And oh, Deborah Williams, glad to meet you. Hello from Jersey City. Oh, great, you're pretty close. Um, but so tonight, um, my Mr. Don Yazzie, my dear brother, man. He's my brother, and he told me about Willie Lecedric, okay, and he is Navajo. And Lecedric Willie is a Navajo high strangeness experiencer. Hey, Donna, good to see you. You're going to enjoy this show tonight, Donna. He is versed in not only the skinwalker lore, but has also researched the myths and facts which surround them. He has witnessed Kokopelli and the Anasazi ghost, which are well known in the Navajo cultures. He is a team member of the, I hope I don't screw this name up, Alali Nalaka. They're mystical investigators, which I think is like pretty cool. But, you know, I'm going to read a little bit about Kokopelli so you have an idea when Willie starts talking about it. Um, so I went to my favorite AI, okay? And Kokopelli is a humpbacked flute player figure from Native American culture in the southwestern U.S., revered as the fertility deity for childbirth and agriculture, a spirit of music, and sometimes a mischievous trickster, appearing in ancient rock art and symbolizing abundance, joy, and life. Though his exact origins are complex, blending various myths and potentially reflecting historical figures like traveling traders. He's often depicted with an antenna, feathers, a hump, sometimes said to be a sack of seeds or babies. Oh, wow, that's crazy. And the flute with modern interpretations, often removing the phallus and focusing on his free spirited musical aspects. So that's just a little AI deal with Kokopelli. And there's a couple other things um, that I'm going to ask him tonight. So without further ado, my dear friend, Mr. Willie, Mr. Willie, Mr. Willie
Hey,
Lee.
how's it going?
How you? All right, brother. How you doing? Want to share a
I'm
little
doing
background?
good.
First of
Just,
all, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. I truly appreciate it.
yeah, you're welcome.
Well, would you like to share your background and how you got to where you are, and then we can talk some more. Just want my people to get to know you.
Oh yeah, well, my name's Lecedric Willie. Um, I'm
Oh, I'm
from the
sorry.
Southwest, and I'm Navajo, and I'm also a hand trembler for my tribe. A hand trembler is a type of medicine man that helps
Oh,
patients that are sick, and it's basically like the doctor of the tribe, basically. Um,
okay.
they they kind of diagnose the patients with what's wrong with them, whether that's going to be like witchcraft or whether they have like bones or objects in them, and also seeing things that are not of this world, basically. So such as skinwalkers and spirits.
Where did you learn how to do that? Was it your calling? Did you go through some type of meditation and the spirits are saying, okay, this is what we want you to be?
I guess you would say it's like a calling because it's you can either ask for it in a ceremony that's going on, and sometimes if you're like someone that has a strong will, then it's going to be given to you. Other than that, it's going to be passed down throughout the family.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Now, do you live on the reservation?
Yeah, I do live on the reservation.
Could you tell my people what it's like living on a reservation? I hear when I read about Native Americans on the reservations, all I hear is bad stuff. Okay, is there any good stuff that's there? Can you give us an honest, you know, explanation on what it's like actually living on a reservation? Hi, Cindy Mitch.
So living on the reservation, it varies from area to area and tribe to tribe, but for Navajo Nation, um, it would be pretty tough to say the least. It's where I grew up. Growing up, it was just living off of what we have, whether that's sheep, mutton, and potatoes, flour, and corn. Basically, stuff that we usually have like in cans or stuff we grow ourselves.
Okay.
And growing up without electricity sometimes and running water as well. So that was pretty tough growing up.
Hey, CL, there she is. Good to see you. That's my buddy CL. She's on right after me, man.
Oh, really?
So yeah, her show's called the Gateway Podcast, and her show's right on after me. Dawn was on there. Hey, Joni,
Oh,
good to
really?
see you. Yeah, Joni McGillick says hello, Willie, and
Hi.
and but with no water, or electricity, how did you guys get by? I mean, seriously.
Kerosene lamps, generators. Sometimes running a generator was more because you would have to bring fuel home and constantly service it. checking the oil and everything, and
Hmm.
it was just it was pretty tough growing up, honestly. And on top of that, we didn't have heat, so we would have to go haul woods. We would have to sometimes haul water, and it was really tough, to say the least.
Okay. So, gosh, the question I had in my mind, it just went away. Oh, no, 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 I'm good. So, does it get cold out there where you're at in New Mexico?
It actually does. This morning it was 12 degrees here in New Mexico.
Oh, wow, it was like that here
Yeah.
too. And I don't know, we must be on the same, what they call it, the same length or the wave thing or whatever it's called. Because my son lives in Indiana, and whenever he gets the weather, right, we get it 2 days
Hmm.
later. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been pretty cold up here. It's going to be like I want to say the high of 8 degrees is what we're going to have
Mm.
tomorrow. So it's pretty freaking cold. But
Yeah. Sounds like it.
so you're an experiencer, a Navajo experiencer, right?
Yeah.
Can and you're very well um, heard, you're very well known about the skinwalkers. Can you get into that a little bit? What is a skinwalker? And go from there.
So, um, I guess you would start off by saying it kind of varies from which part of the reservation you're from, because the eastern, the western, even the northern side of the reservation, they all have kind of their own origin stories of it. And for what I grew up with, a skinwalker is a person that practices witchcraft, the bad medicine of our tribe.
Okay.
Because what I was raised to think was it's like a medicine man that practices bad things. So the opposite version of me, where I help people, I do the best I can to give them good health and a straight road to walk on. But for a skinwalker, it's gonna be trying to turn their lives upside down and trying to
Hmm.
pull them off of that road and get them deeper down the rabbit hole.
Oh wow. Now, would you? Okay, so you just said that the medicine man is a is or guys that practice witchcraft. Not all, but I'm just saying. But so would you call yourself a shaman?
Um, I wouldn't consider myself as one because my definition of a medicine man or a shaman is knowing the prayers and knowing the songs, even the ceremonies that others know. And for me, I'm still learning. Um, I haven't found a teacher to necessarily teach me the songs or the prayers, but I do help people with my hand trembling. So I would say that I'm half. So I
Okay.
think that's like just to answer your question.
Oh no, no, thank you. My friend Donna Copus, she's Shawnee. She lives out in Ohio. She said, as a child, we used kerosene lamps, wood stove, washed in a wash tub with a washboard. Water coming came spring in hand drawn well. That's what she said.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
yeah.
Shawnee. Yeah.
A lot of a lot of families here on the reservation still have no running water and still no electricity to their homes.
Oh my gosh. And you're like, I'm not being funny when I say this, but you're out in the middle of nowhere, right?
No, currently I'm living in one of the border towns. So
Oh,
I
you are? Okay. Okay.
yeah, so what back at my dad's house, yeah, that's where I experienced all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, is your dad still around?
Yeah, he's still around.
Oh, is he? And you still go to the reservation a lot? Is that where you do all your
He's still
work at?
he Yeah, he lives on the reservation. I work here in one of the border towns, so I work construction, so
Oh, you do. Well, that's cool.
yeah.
Mish says, which Dreamtime of the Aboriginals called it rainbow serpent when bad weather comes. Mish is from New Zealand, Australia.
Oh,
If my power goes out, I have no running water in my house. Hey, Michelle, she just wanted to share that. Yeah, she lives like
oh,
out in the wilderness down there in Australia, man. She's like way down under. I love her. She's great. But no, that's pretty fascinating because, I mean, I don't know if you saw the show on Sunday, but
I saw parts of it.
you saw parts of it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, for me, when I started, like I said, when I started in the metaphysical world, I was in that store in Black Elk, the Lakota Sioux shaman. It just
Mm,
jumped from the bookshelf into my hands, and I had I I read the book and I read many, well, not too many, but some books on shamanism, working with the Native American spirituality. I think, dude, is the best ever. I mean, I'm being honest with you, dude, because it felt like I was at peace. Do you know what I mean? I didn't
yeah.
have to go to a building to pray. I could go to the woods and pray, or talk to the trees, talk to the animals. And when I say that, people think I'm a nut, but you know what? I'm not a nut. And I
Yeah.
don't know. It just seems I feel a lot more laxed studying and experiencing the Native American spirituality. Just I'm sad to put that out there. Now, the
Yep.
books that I've read, okay, the books I've read, there is the author of the books. He's a Native American, and is this true? He says that in Catholic and Christianity we have names for different entities. Okay,
Mm.
is that the same way with you? But your names are different, but they represent the same as Christianity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say so. Um, I guess one similarity would be like how you would say the Holy Spirit. In our
Uh-huh.
language, it's called Tiandine, the holy people.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
it's the people that actually go around and watch over us and kind of show us. It's like how I use my hand trembling. They're the ones that see what's wrong with people and see what they've done or what's bothering them. And I guess
Okay.
that's similar to the Holy Spirit. So
Okay. So, whenever you go and help people or heal or fix people up who have medical problems, do you go into a trance of some sort to get the answers
yeah,
for
I
the
actually do.
person? Okay. Okay.
So
That's pretty cool.
it's like how I was saying, it's like how the holy people go around and see things for me. I'm basically like the middleman from that reality to our current reality where we're in our physical form. It's I guess in a way it's kind of like astral projecting.
Okay. Okay. I had a show on about that a couple of weeks ago. Donna says my water still comes from spring and gravity feed. I'm still deep country, but yes, I have electric and inside plumbing. You know, she lives. I'm talking what? You're out in the desert. She's out in the woods, man. I'm telling
There's
you.
there's actually underground springs that we pull water from. It's called aquifers. So that's
Okay.
how sometimes certain places get their water.
Okay. That I don't know what when you go into that trance, you have helpers that help you, right? I mean, you just don't go out and go into a meditation by
Um,
yourself.
no, sometimes I usually have my wife. She helps me out with that. But other than that,
Oh, that's cool.
before I met her, it was just me by myself.
Oh, wow. You're taking your life into your own hands doing that because I've done that. Not the healing part, but do a lot of astral. And instead of me healing, I used to fight. I used to fight bad spirits, you know,
Hmm,
ugly
yeah.
spirits. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't kosher. I always had some, I did it at the beginning and I said, I can't do this on my own because I'm driving home and oh my God, I'm just like, this, I just don't feel right. You know that. You don't feel right when you come out of doing something like that. That
Yeah.
would be healing or astral or whatever. You know what I mean? You just don't feel right. Donna says hers is Keisha Manitou. Manitou, yeah. They're great spirits.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, the Lakota Sioux, I do believe, are called they're Great Mystery
Mm.
or Tunkashila, something like that. I don't know, but we're going to be taking a break here, buddy. Okay, it's
Yep.
at the bottom of the hour. We're going to take a break, and I would like to come back and talk about Kokopelli because that
Okay.
always fascinated me because I started. That's one of the persons that I actually read up, but I have ADHD, so I read, but I don't understand what I'm reading. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to hearing what Kokopelli is because I think he's fascinating. So everybody, be back in about 2 minutes. So go have a cigarette, go to the bathroom, get something to drink, and we shall see you in about a couple minutes. Okay?
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
Hi, and welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome back to the second part of Into the Night with me, your host Sean Kelly. I'm going to thank UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans, and don't forget Miss C.L. Thomas, my dear, dear, dear friend. Her podcast comes on next after mine. It's called the Gateway Podcast, and tonight her guest is Greg Bakun, something like that. And they're going to talk about paranews, and it's going to be an open chat. So after the show tonight, please go over and give her some love, man. And that's just like on Sundays. And I tell everybody on Sunday, go over, Don't Whistle at Night with my brother, Don Yazzie, and people do go over there, from what I understand. Give him some love, because we all need love. And it's not just that mine, Dawn's, and CL's podcast. Every day of the week, there's always a podcast show on UPRN, and they have a lot of great hosts and a lot of good stuff that that they talk about. Hey, Kurt, good to see you. So back to my guest here, Lecedric Willie. Again, I'm sorry for messing up the name, whatever.
No, you're okay.
I'm All right. So, can we talk about Kokopelli, please? And can you
Yeah.
explain who Kokopelli is in the Navajo sense?
Okay, so Okokopelli is a part of the Anasazi. Um, they were a tribe way back in the 1400s, like way before we were here. And they're like what you were saying earlier about them being a fertility and agriculture deity. That's basically what it is. But in Navajo tradition, the Kokopelli and the Anasazi are seen as bad spirits, basically.
Okay.
And if we were to see one, it usually means bad luck, or it usually means that you did something to either their homes, their pottery, or to their bones, basically. And that's the thing that's always misconcepted about it is that they say that they just disappeared and there's no traces of them. But there are areas that around my dad's house that there is a few bones, but we don't bother it. We were always told to stay away from it, that it can actually put a curse on you.
Oh, really?
And yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, what do they look like?
basically they are like the size of children. I would say average about 3, 4 feet tall.
Okay.
And for the Kokopelli, it's like hunched over and it has, I would say horns or spikes coming from its back. And they're always usually known to carry around a flute and play like a drum around the area where I'm from. That's how
Now,
I've seen it and how I heard about it.
okay. Now, were there times when you were at your dad's house? Did you hear the flute playing?
Yeah, actually there's one time where my grandma, when she was still around, she used to live yeah, she used to live about maybe 100, 200 feet away from us. And she always used to
Hmm.
listen to the local radio station that always played our traditional music and just like a basic radio station. And she would always play it loud because she was always hard of hearing, you know.
Right.
And one day I was outside. This was happening when I was young, so I was like around 8 or 9 years old, and I went outside to um close the corral for the sheep, and I heard the music, but I didn't really pay attention because I thought it was my grandma. And I was walking back inside my dad's house. I noticed that it wasn't coming from my grandma's house. It was actually coming from the top of the hill behind the sheep trail. So that's what kind of was odd to me. So I turned around and I looked up there, and I didn't see anything at first. But a couple of minutes passed by, and I seen like a figure, the outline of a figure walking down the hill because the sun was going down and the sunset basically illuminated the silhouette of it. And it's just basically how I described it, but it was banging on a drum for
Oh,
like about
wow.
a minute or so. Yeah, it was actually banging on the drum. And then that's when I heard the flute playing. So I was just looking
That
at it
that would have been
and
cool.
yeah, I
That
was
would have
just
been
looking
cool.
at it and I didn't know what it was because like I said, I was young and I didn't know really too much about our tradition. And I was just watching it. And that went on for a good 2 or 3 minutes until it kind of crept behind the hill. And as it was like going away, the flute and the drum kind of slowly faded off as well. And yeah, that
Now,
was the
do
last time
you,
I seen it.
uh, that's crazy, man. I would have loved to hear that because I like to prospect gold. Okay. And
Mm,
whenever I go out in the woods and the creek, to prospect gold, man, I'll tell you what, oh, strange shit happens, man. They're
yeah.
whistling like what's with the whistling at night? What's with Dawn's thing? Don't whistle at night. Can you explain that? Don't whistle at night.
Um, that goes with calling in bad spirits. Um,
Oh, really?
that's how
Okay.
the yeah, that's how the evil things communicate at night. So it's just like how we speak like this. They communicate by whistling or by chanting, basically. And it also brings in skinwalkers as well, because that's how skinwalkers kind of communicate to see where one is another or another one is compared to another one. So it's kind of like how coyotes or wolves howl to see where the location is at. So
Oh,
that's kind
really?
of the
Oh, wow.
the the thing behind that.
Now, is a wolf a powerful animal spirit for the Navajo or the Crow or Raven?
We don't really have wolves around here. We have Mexican wolves, but that's further south in New Mexico, so there's not much around here. But on the other hand, the coyote is considered as the trickster of our tribe.
Yeah, yeah. Explain that, please.
Yeah.
Explain that. You're
So
reading my
he
mind, dude. You're reading my mind.
so it's like a trickster. He plays tricks on people, and it goes all the way back to our origin stories of our Navajo tribe, where he used to play tricks on the first man and first woman, and um we can only really speak about him during the winter time, um especially telling the stories about him. It's only mainly used around wintertime. And it's always like him doing something wrong to teach us a lesson to learn from it.
Ooh, okay, okay, okay. That's interesting. Now, back to the Cocapelli, dude. Um, whenever you're now, does everybody hear the flute and the drums, or only certain people who are
I would say only certain
highly
people.
okay?
Yeah,
Is
only
that kind
certain
of scary
people
to
and
you? Is that kind of
no,
scary to you? You
not
no?
no.
Okay, good.
Uh, it's because as far as I can remember, as young as I was, I experienced a lot of paranormal and strange things at my dad's house because his house is just like a hot spot for that.
Okay, like a portal, almost near a portal.
Um, I wouldn't say a portal. I never seen one, honestly, but after like talking to Don and kind of getting more stories heard about it, and I'm still kind of getting into that whole portal thing. I'm still like
Good.
open minded about it, basically. So,
Well, I'll tell you what. When you see, you don't really so much see the portal; it's you feel it. Okay. I
okay.
mean, you're out there. You actually, and for me, I can see it, but I just see the outside of the energy of the hole. Okay. I just see the
Hmm.
outside. But when you get close to the portal, you can actually feel the energy either being pulling you in or it's coming out with something, you know.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
I can imagine how many portals are out there around your area. It can fascinating to me. It's fascinating to me. Is there anybody out in the chat room that would like to ask a question to Mr. Can I call you Lee?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions to ask Lee? Please put them in the chat room, and then I will ask him for it if he wants to do it. Now, so I think the Cocapelli is just really, really interesting, and it always has been. Okay, especially when I
Mm.
really started to learn about the Native American spirituality. But like I told you before, I have ADHD, so I really don't understand what I'm reading. And
No, you're
it's
fine.
like,
I go through the same thing.
do you really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Now, say like I got a problem, all right, and I don't know what's going on. So I call you, right, and say, hey, I need some help. What are your steps that you do to go to help? You don't have to share this if this is private, but what do you actually do if someone calls you that needs help?
Mm. So if they call me, if they live close enough to me, I would actually go to their home and perform what I do there. But I can give some information, and that's mainly just whether I have one patient or multiple patients that need help, I would always
Hmm.
sit them on my left side of me, and most of the time I would have a fire in front of me. The fire is like I guess you would say a portal, I guess, to
Okay.
put it in those kind of words. It helps me see things, and it also shows me things by throwing charcoal at me, the charcoal from the fire. It would actually throw it
Right.
at me, or I would see it, and it would actually burn into the shape of animals, people's faces, or objects, and that would actually help me figure out what's wrong with the patient. Also, um, putting myself in that trance stage and
Right.
talking to the holy people and figuring out where, like, basically what's going on with them.
Hmm.
And it's not really medical, like I guess what you would say like cancer or anything. I try to kind of stay away from that stuff because I'm not a doctor and I don't want to give
Right.
the wrong
Exactly.
diagnosis.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if it's something like that, I don't want to do it mainly because of that. But most of the time, I have helped people that had arrowheads, snake tooth, also like Anasazi potteries inside of them as well. So
Oh wow. Now, Kurt has a question for you, sir. Is a
yeah,
shaman and medicine man the same thing, just different terms depending on different groups of people, or completely different?
yeah, it's basically the same thing. Yeah, I would say the same thing. It's just I think the only thing that separates it would just be from the tribe or where they're from.
So you were saying, thank you for asking that question there, Kurt. Now you were saying that there are different tribes in New Mexico that are Navajo.
Yeah.
I know when I was in the Navy, okay, we had Filipinos on board our ship, okay, and if you had we had Filipinos from the north, the southeast, and the west, okay, and they spoke in different dialect, okay. Now the tribes that in the Navajo, the different tribes, okay, do they have a different dialect?
Um, yeah, it's kind of like the Arizona Navajos speak in the older um Navajo language, whereas everyone here on the New Mexico side kind of speak differently. It's more of like um how would you say it? Influence. So ours is more kind of
Okay.
influenced to the Pueblo because on the Navajos or the New Mexico side, we live closer to Pueblos. So that would be like Zuni, Acoma, Laguna, and Jemez Apache. And for
Oh wow.
the Arizona side, it would be more of the Ute, the White Mountain Apache, and um yeah, the other tribe I forgot the name. Oh, Hopi, the Hopi tribe.
Hopis.
It's kind of
Okay.
influences on that side. So
Now I know. Do you have any Apache brothers that you know?
not that I know of,
No.
but
Okay. All
I
right.
do work with some.
Okay. Because Apache always seems to get the bad deal everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Because back in the days, in the 1800s
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. I'm not talking today, but I think they get a bad deal. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. Navajo weren't really that rebellious, were you?
I wouldn't say so. We're more of a calmer tribe, I would say, way back then. But then we always got the worst end of the straw, so the shortest straw. And another thing is
Really?
that Navajo, yeah, Navajo and Apache have similar language. It's just a different dialect to pronounce the words. It's basically similar, but I don't know how
Really?
else to put that. Yeah.
That's crazy. But do y'all like get together and have a big powwow? I'm being honest with you. Because I tell you what, and I think it is so fascinating and it's beautiful when they have big powwows where um, they all dance. Okay, um, the feathers, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hey Heidi, good to see you, hon.
If you ever get a
Um,
chance, in April, they always do a Gathering of Nations here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They do a Gathering of
oh,
Nations
really?
where a lot of tribes from across the U.S. actually come and dance and come together, basically.
Now, is it a competition or you just go out there to dance?
Um, I never been to it honestly, but there's competition and it's just having fun.
That's, I can just imagine. That's just like a bunch of Irish people getting together, you know what I mean? And getting drunk and
Yeah.
having fun and dancing. But back to the skinwalker again. Have you ever experienced, looked at one and saw one actually change into an animal or whatever? Or do you see the animal knowing it is a skinwalker?
I've um I've never seen it in person, mainly because they do it in places where they hide at or they have their own special place to do it at. But I've always seen them in their animal form, and there is only one time that I've seen them running around wearing the skin, and that was when I was coming home with my ex-girlfriend at the time because my mom got sick and we took her to the hospital. And we went to the hospital. She was okay. The doctor said there was nothing wrong with her. And this was way before I had my gift too. And
Hmm.
we were coming home and my ex fell asleep at the time and my mom was sitting in the back of the car. And for some reason she just got really, really sick. Like it just like happened, like a blanket was thrown on her and she just got sick. And as the closer we got home, I noticed that there was something hiding behind the bushes, and I kept looking at it. Like I saw like eyes reflecting, and I was thinking, like, I'm trying to like think of all the possibilities of what it could be. Maybe it was a reflector that fell over or something. And
Hmm.
I went through everything I could think of: a dog, a horse, a cow, or any type of animal, until it stood up from behind a bush, and it was covered in black paint, and it was actually a person and they were wearing a coyote skin hanging off from its head, and the eyes
Oh
were
my God.
glowing red. And my ex didn't see it. All she said is that she's seen the eyes, but she could not see the figure or the coyote pelt hanging from its head. And it just
Oh
turned
wow.
away and it ran off.
Do you think that was the cause of your mother's sickness?
Yeah, I actually think that's what it was because, like I said, she was fine at the hospital, but when we got closer to home, it just happened all of a sudden.
Kurt says, I'd love to visit the Four Corners area. I've never been out west. I'm retiring in 2 years, buddy. I'm going to go out west because I have a lot of
Yeah, you
buddies out
should.
there. I've never been off the East Coast. But so why do you think um, that Skinwalker wanted to get your mom's sick? Do they attack? Were you at? Did you have your gift at the time?
Um, I think I might have had my gift, but it wasn't to the point where I am able to use it like now. Like I said, I've
Okay,
always experienced things and seen things that other people have not able to see.
okay. Welcome to my world, Willie. Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I know for me, I get attacked a lot. I really did.
Mm.
Well, they don't touch me no more. But do you, at the beginning of doing what you do you get attacked a lot?
Yeah, I actually did. It was I don't know exactly sure what it was. I'm kind of just assuming it was spirits because like how I was described to me when I first got my gift, my cousin's sister would always like kind of talk to me of how to use it and kind of just go through with it. And the way
Right.
she described it was like a ball of light. And she said, when you first get it,
Okay.
it's just like a little dim light. And the spirits that are walking around, they see you, that ball of light, they see that, and they're curious of what you are. They're curious of what you have. So they'll actually come and approach you. And when I first got mine, I didn't really know how to fully use it, and I didn't know whether they were real or not. And they would
Right.
actually come to me in my my grandmother, the the form of her, and my uncles, in which they passed away way before I got my gift. And
Okay.
they would always try to tell me, come with me, come with me. We'll take you away. We'll bring you with us. You can live with us. They would always say
That's
stuff
not
like that
good.
to me. Yeah.
That's not good,
And
dude. That's not good at all, man. That's
yeah,
not
it was
good.
actually when I was astral projecting as well, because it's kind of funny because I would turn around and I would see myself sitting on the couch, and my dad, my stepmom, my brother, and my two sisters will basically be holding me down, trying to hold me down from taking off. But in my astral
Wow.
projecting form, I would be talking to them. So
That is
in both the
crazy.
astral projecting form and my physical form, they would be trying to take off with me.
Oh wow, that's crazy, dude. Joe, hello, Joe Fox. Good to see you, buddy. Um, but I'm gonna have to start. You know, now I learned the Lakota Sioux religion. I want to learn. Well, I'm doing a little bit with the Shawnee because of my dear friend Donna Copus. Okay, now
Mm,
I'm going to start doing a little bit with the Navajo to actually get down and get to know what your religion's all about, what the different types of things are. We got
yeah.
about 4 minutes left, dude. I'm real big into animals. Okay, I'm real big into
Mm.
animal spirits. Is the Navajo like that with the animal spirits?
Not really. Um, they're not really too big on animals. It's just kind of respecting them, but we do have our stories of them. Just like how I was kind of explaining about how the trickster, the coyote, is basically just teaching us lessons of how to do things. But another one would be the horny toads. They are our chase, which translates to our grandfather, and
Oh,
they're the
really?
ones that protect us because they're the shape of a arrowhead, and they're meant
Oh,
to
well,
protect
okay.
us. And if we find one outside of our house, or if you're walking around, we would actually put water on top of them and pray for rain.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. How about now the lizard? I know, I do believe that's mother. Is that Mother Earth or is that grandmother? Love to you too, Mish.
Um, the Earth, Mother Earth.
Mother Earth. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think that's like really cool because you have a lot of lizards out there where you live, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mother Earth is like kind of hanging around there for some reason. It's like, oh boy, we should get some more of my lizards out there to protect them. But we are getting close to the end here, my friend. Okay,
Okay.
I want to thank you very much for coming on tonight. Okay,
Yeah.
I would love to have you on again. In fact, I'd like to have you on with Dawn. Okay,
Yeah.
and if you're up for it, and we can talk some more because this is it's a fascinating topic. You're a fascinating person. Okay, and
Thank you.
I feel honored that you're on my show and explaining some of this stuff to me. So you have a good day and good night, and I will pray for you, brother. Okay, I
Yeah.
will.
Thank you. You
I'll
too.
light
Have
a
a good
candle
night.
for you. All right. You too, now,
Yeah.
brother. Good night.
Good night.
So, everybody, that was my guest tonight, Mr. Lee Willie. Okay, and I'm glad that he got to come on. He learned a lot. I'm going to definitely have him back on again, along with Mr. Don Yazzie, and We're going to do some more. But I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Linda, I hope you all enjoyed the show. And again, I want to thank UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans. Children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And parents, please go to your children, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents and if you have no children, find somebody, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. And on that note, good night, everybody. See you Sunday night.